Pre-K 131 friends, it's Mrs. Koszalka. I have a super special story that I'm going to read to you today, which some of you may have already heard once or twice before. This is called The Rainbow Fish. And this story is written by Marcus Pfister. He's the author of the story. And let's see, I believe that Marcus Pfister is also the illustrator. So the author of the story writes the words, and the illustrator, that's right, draws the pictures. So in this case, Marcus Pfister is so super talented because he both wrote the words and drew the pictures. The Rainbow Fish. A long way out in the deep blue sea, there lived a fish, not just an ordinary fish, but the most beautiful fish in the entire ocean. His scales were every shade of blue and green and purple, with sparkling silver scales among them. It's a beautiful fish. The other fish were amazed at his beauty. They called him Rainbow Fish. "Come on, Rainbow Fish," they would call. "Come and play with us." But the Rainbow Fish would just glide on past, proud and silent, letting his scales shimmer. What does that word shimmer mean? Does anyone know what that word shimmer means? That's right, that's kind of like when something sparkles or shines. One day, a little blue fish followed after him. "Rainbow Fish," he called, "wait for me. Please give me one of your shiny scales. They're so wonderful, and you have so many." His friend wants him to share his scales. What do you think that he should do? Should he share some of his shiny, pretty scales? Let's see what happens. "You want me to give one of my special scales? Who do you think you are?" cried the Rainbow Fish. "Get away from me." Shocked, the little blue fish swam away. He was so upset, he told all his friends what had happened. From then on, no one would have anything to do with the Rainbow Fish. They turned away when he swam by. What do we think, friends? Was that a nice response when the friend asked him to share his scales? When he said, "Get away from me." Is that how we speak to our friends? No, that was not a nice way to speak to his friends. What good were the dazzling, shimmering scales with no one to admire them? Now he was the loneliest fish in the entire ocean. One day he poured out his troubles to the starfish. "I really am beautiful. Why doesn't anybody like me?" "I can't answer that for you," said the starfish. "But if you go beyond the coral reef to a deep cave, you will find the very wise octopus. Maybe she can help you." The Rainbow Fish found the cave. It was very dark inside, and he couldn't see anything. And then suddenly, two eyes caught him in their glare, and the octopus emerged from the darkness. "I have been waiting for you," said the octopus with a very deep voice. "The waves have told me your story. This is the advice I have for you. Give a glittering scale to each of the other fish. You will no longer be the most beautiful fish in the sea, but you will discover how to be happy." Do you think that was good advice that the octopus had for the fish? What do you think that the Rainbow Fish should do? I think that that's a good idea too. I think that he should go back and maybe share with his friends. But I just can't," the Rainbow Fish started to say, but the octopus had already disappeared into a dark cloud of ink. "Give away my scales? My beautiful shining scales? Never! How could I ever be happy without them?" Suddenly, he felt the light touch of a fin. The little blue fish was back. "Rainbow Fish, please, don't be angry with me. I just want one tiny little scale." The rainbow fish wavered. Only one very, very small shimmery scale, he thought. Well, maybe I wouldn't miss just one. Carefully, the rainbow fish pulled out the smallest scale and gave it to his friend, the little blue fish. Oh, thank you very much, the little blue fish bubbled playfully as he tucked the shiny scale in among his blue ones. A rather peculiar feeling came over the rainbow fish. For a long time he watched the little blue fish swim back and forth with his new scale glittering in the water. What do you think the rainbow fish is feeling right now? Do you think he's feeling upset that he shared one of his scales, or do you think he's feeling happy? I think that's a great guess. My guess, I think that it made him feel good that he shared, and he's making his friends so happy. The little blue fish whizzed through the ocean with his scale flashing, so it didn't take long before the rainbow fish was surrounded by all the other fish. Everyone now wanted a glittering scale. The rainbow fish shared his scales left and right, and the more he gave away, the more delighted he became. When the water around him filled with glimmering scales, he at last felt at home among all the other fish. So he thought that he felt the happiest when he had all the scales to himself. But was that true? No, he's feeling even happier now that he shared all of his scales with his friends, and he can see them so much better when he sees them on his friends swimming all around him. Finally, the rainbow fish had only one shining scale left. His most prized possessions had been given away, yet he was very happy. "Come on, rainbow fish," they called. "Come and play with us." "Here I come," said the rainbow fish, and happy as a splash, he swam off to join his friends. And that's the end. And look at how many scales does the little fish have now, the rainbow fish. He just has one left. But look at his big smile. He's very happy that he shared. And that's the end. Nice job. I can hear you all clapping like we do in the classroom, right? All right, friends, I hope you enjoyed the story, The Rainbow Fish, and I hope you'll think a lot about the message that the story had. If you have prized possessions that are very special to you, and you have someone near you that really wants to play with them, I hope that you make the right choice and you share just like Rainbow Fish did, because I think it'll make you just as happy as it made Rainbow Fish to share. I love you all so much, and I will see you soon. Thanks for listening to my story today. Have a great day. Goodbye.